For this adventure, we headed on down to T Street for the 2022 Red Bull Foam Wreckers, which was being emceed by the legendary Johnny Redmond. There was no shortage of action sports superstars like Eric Costin.
Ever. And it happened, I want it to happen in front of me, on the spot.
Beef's TV RC Surfer was absolutely ripping up waves. And in true Red Bull fashion, the scene was completely insane with all kinds of hijinks. For those not familiar with Foam Wreckers, it's the anti-surf contest. It's basically the place where you'll see all kinds of surfboard maneuvers not normally seen in a surf contest. Locals all over really get involved with events being held all over the country. You never really know what you're gonna see at a Red Bull Foam Wreckers event. With all of us shibs being awful at paperwork, Tiffany wound up being the only one of us signed up for the contest. The way this contest works, you spin this big wheel and it lets you know which board you will be riding in your heat. Jamie O'Brien was placed in charge of the spinning of the wheel for Tiffany's heat. Tiffany, who was really hoping to wind up riding a log for the contest, gave the wheel a big spin. And wound up riding a 54-inch finless beater. Ty, who wasn't in the contest but seems to be a master at most things, gave the wheel a spin.
What would he get?
Found out Ty is a master wheel spinner by landing on the pick your poison.
Maybe a stump?
Tiffany decided to warm up by hanging out with the smallest board she was ever about to ride.
You're about to rip!
That would be a wrap. You'll probably get scored pretty good for that too with all the creativity. And if you do go to stand up on it, you want to put a lot of weight on the...
Before she knew it, they had sounded the horn and her heat had started, and all the contestants rushed off into the lineup and paddled out into the sometimes head-high, smashing T Street conditions. Being a beginner surfer who was used to 8-foot or bigger boards, Tiffany really had her hands full, venturing off into some powerful waves with a small board. Not only did her heat have some big waves, but it was full of some absolute foam-wrecking rippers. Tiffany facing possibly the biggest wall of whitewash of her life. With things looking bleak, Johnny Redmond showed up to change the vibe. With the slick bossa nova vibe, things really started to turn around and the crowd started to take to the water. And with a little less fear involved, Tiffany tried to take off on some whitewash on that 54-inch little beater. Meanwhile, the other competitors were having a blast, having T Street almost to themselves in this fun, soft hops only contest. The floatable VIP lounge was making its way to the outside, which was building a lot of excitement in the lineup. Being a good sport, Tiffany kindly was returning this board to this gentleman who didn't have a leash on. Was such a good sport, she did it twice. As if the ocean doesn't already do a good enough job at it, Johnny was doing a great job keeping everyone excited and hyped. And perhaps they were getting a little too hyped in the VIP lounge, who had now made their way almost to the outside for a front row seat at these foam rippers. And as all of us expected, it was just a matter of time before the VIP lounge got plowed down. Here's an aerial shot of that sick annihilation. I'm not sure how many bodies they started out with in the VIP lounge, but they wound out with 8 of them spread out across the lineup. Luckily, things were counting down and we were nearing the end of this extremely eventful heat. Otherwise, who knows just how out of control this group of surfers could have gotten. Back on the beach, me and Tiffany got a couple shots with some of our favorite surfing icons. Then headed over to check out the scoreboard, where we were excited to see that Tiffany landed in 7th place. We decided to head on over and celebrate with a family luncheon at the Fisherman's Restaurant right on the pier. Then headed off to Catch Surf to take advantage of their 30% off sale. Every surf trip is an adventure.